Dr. Velshara had seen it all during her 40 cycles as chief medical officer aboard the Galactic Concordance hospital ship, Mercy's Echo. She'd treated plasma burns from stars gone nova, crystalline infections from silicon-based lifeforms, and even temporal decay from a navigator who'd miscalculated a wormhole jump. Across 15,000 species, there was little that could surprise her, but she'd never, ever seen her diagnostic scanner simply freeze. On the medical platform, a human lay unconscious. Standard trauma for a combat survivor, really. The team had already started their usual treatment protocols when the main diagnostic AI let out a noise. Velshara translata couldn't even process something between a question and a full-blown error alert. The display flashed, scanning, analyzing wound patterns. Error. Impossible data detected. Override the error, Velshara commanded, her 4 manipulator arms already a blur, working to stabilize the patient's vitals. We don't have time for system glitches. The AI's response was chilling. Override denied. Manual verification required. Nurse Katin, a gaseous, being contained in a shimmering humanoid suit, floated closer to the display. Dr. Katin's voice, modulated with confusion. The scanner is identifying weapon signatures in his wounds. So, combat injuries. Flag them and move on, Velshara said, her focus locked on the patient. That's the problem, Katin replied. The weapons don't exist anymore. According to the central database, they haven't existed for over 200 stellar cycles. Velshara S. Bioluminescent skin flicker deer. Species equivalent of a deep frown. She pulled up the detailed analysis, and her primary heart skipped a beat. The list was nonsensical. Wound pattern alpha -7, caused by M-class nuclear fragmentation. Last documented use, 2147 CE, during the Earth Consolidation Wars. Wound pattern BETA3. Chemical burns consistent with a VX derivative nerve agent. Ban and destroyed galaxy-wide in 2089 CE wound pattern. GAMMA 12. Ballistic trauma from a 7.62x 51mm NATO round. That weapon system was discontinued in 2156 CE. This is impossible, Velshara whispered. These injuries are from Earth's pre-contact era. Before they joined before they even achieved faster-than-light travel. Just then, the human on the table stirred. His eyes opened, those forward-facing predator eyes that still unnerved half the species in the galaxy. They focused on Velshara with a clarity that was shocking for someone who should have been deeply sedated. Where am I? His voice was rough, damaged vocal cords fighting with the translator implant. You're safe, Velshara said, trying to keep her voice calm despite her racing thoughts. You're aboard the Mercy's Echo. I'm Dr. Velshara. Can you tell me your name? Captain Marcus Webb. USSF. He coughed, and the medical sensors spiked with alarm. What year is it? Velshara hesitated. It's 2347 by your Earth calendar. Captain Webb, our records show his laugh was bitter and painful. 2347. Jesus. 200 years. Kaiten checked the chronological database, their gaseous forms swirling with agitation inside their suit. Doctor, there's a classified file attached to this patient's genetic signature. It requires top-level, concordant security clearance. Velshara's security credentials were among the highest in the medical corps. She swiped her axis, and the file bloomed across her display like a nightmare given form. Classified. Project Lazarus. Earth Governmental Initiative. 2156. CE. Objective: deep space cryopreservation of strategically valuable military personnel for potential future conflicts. Status: project abandoned following Earth's integration into Galactic Concordancy. Estimated survivors: 0. You were in cryo-sleep, Velshara said softly, the pieces clicking into place. For 2 centuries. Marcus nodded weakly. We volunteered, elite soldiers, frozen until Earth needed us again. They said it would be temporary, a couple of years. At most, they promised medical technology would catch up, heal our combat injuries properly. His eyes went distant, lost in a memory 200 years old. We were the broken ones. Too damaged to save with what they had back then, but too valuable to let die. The medical AI, no longer frozen, continued its relentless cataloging, each new entry more unbelievable than the last. Identified. Shrapnel from fragmentation grenades, extinct technology. Identified. Scar tissue from primitive laser cauterization pre-nanomedical era. Your wounds, Velshara said carefully. They're from battles that the rest of the galaxy considers ancient history. Wars fought before we even knew humanity existed. Ancient history, Marcus repeated, the words tasting like ash. It was yesterday for me. I can still hear the mortar, still smell the smoke. His hand trembled slightly as he held it up. Is there still an Earth? Yes, Velshara assured him. Earth is one of the Concordance's most influential member worlds now, a beacon of peace and cooperation throughout the galaxy. A wave of what might have been relief crossed his face, but it was quickly followed by dawning understanding, and then a profound, soul-crushing grief. My unit, my family, everyone I knew. Gone, Velshara confirmed as gently as she could. I'm sorry. The room fell silent, except for the soft hum of life support. Here was a man who had survived humanity's bloodiest conflicts, only to wake in a future where those battles were nothing more than classified footnotes in a history book. A soldier whose wounds were inflicted by weapons that no longer existed, in a civilization that had moved so far beyond them. We can treat your injuries now, Velshara said, trying to offer some hope. Technology has advanced significantly. The wounds that couldn't be healed back, then we can heal them now. We can make you whole. Marcus looked at his scarred hands, relics from a war 200 years dead. He met her gaze, his own eyes holding the weight of centuries. Can you heal all of them, Doc? Velshara didn't answer. They both knew the truth. Some wounds, some scars, existed far beyond the reach of even the most advanced medicine. The scanner continued its quiet work, cataloging impossible injuries from an extinct age of warfare, all of them, carried by a single man who had become a living ghost, the last survivor of a civilization that Earth itself had long outgrown. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this story, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more tailies from across the galaxy. See you next time.